Joining us now is our Dr. Jennifer Ashton. Good morning, Jen.
Good morning, Julie.
So Lady Gaga just said, what I have to do is take good care of myself. Does that mean there are things she can do to avoid getting lupus?
Not exactly. You either have it or you don't. But to some degree, Julie, there's a spectrum of severity like there is with many chronic diseases. So you can have anything from mild to no symptoms to a more moderate or even very severe case of lupus. And it can wax and wane. But like any chronic disease, the key is staying strong and healthy so you can try to minimize those relapses.
Is it a woman's disease?
Not exactly. It can affect men, but it does affect 9 times as many women as it does men, and Asians and African Americans tend to be more affected than other races.
What are the symptoms?
You know, they're very vague and they can be nonspecific, but basically fever, joint pain, extreme fatigue, which who doesn't suffer from that once in a while, skin rashes, and a specific type of chest pain that really occurs when people take deep breaths. Again, doesn't mean if you have any of these that you have lupus, but if they continue or persist, you want to see your doctor about getting a simple blood test.
And what's the treatment for people who do have it?
Well, the treatment really depends on what the symptoms are. There's no cure for lupus, but again, it's basically a chronic illness that can wax and wane. So when you talk about treatment, it really depends what those symptoms are. It could be anything from non-steroidal anti-inflammatories to treat the arthritis or joint pain, stronger steroids if you're talking about skin issues or organ involvement like kidneys, or even in extreme cases, some cytotoxic drugs that can kill off cell growth. But again, it depends on what the symptoms are.
Okay, let's say I'm sitting at home and I that's me, that's me, that's me. I go to my doctor and then what? Is it a blood test?
Simple blood test, and there's a battery of blood tests. A general internist or general doctor can run them, and if there's a suspicion that some of them test positive, then you really want to see a specialist called a rheumatologist for further workup.
Wow. Dr. Jennifer Ashton, thank you.
You bet, Jules.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.